The end of today's podcast is bananas.
Yeah. I don't know where we were going with it at all, to be honest.
And the waffle game. I don't think I've laughed as much at a waffle game.
It wasn't. It was tough questions, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's just that we're so stupid.
It was Australia themed.
Yeah.
It's Australia Day this week.
Yeah.
On the 26th of January.
Australia. We did the history of Australia.
Yes.
How it came about.
Yep.
What they used it for in the early days.
A few famous people. Famous Irish Australians.
Yeah.
Some that may be from New Zealand and identify as Australians. We had a big long talk about that as
Who
well.
are they? We don't know.
There was a debate, yeah.
We might cut that out of the podcast maybe in the end. And there was talk of probably the mightiest war in Australian history.
Oh, definitely.
That's,
All Australians will know this.
The bulletproof as well. Like it's an incredible story.
Unbelievable.
Incredible story.
Unbelievable.
3-day war.
Do you know what? I haven't even thought of a name.
No, either way.
My God.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's
Okay,
name the podcast. I'm going to go over here first to give me a little bit of
Okay.
time.
Oh, no.
So
Okay,
it's,
okay.
What is the episode actually? I was going to say 30 something.
Okay.
67?
64.
64.
Episode 64.
Yeah. Season 2, episode 12.
12,
is where we are
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
All right, Bertie, what's your suggestion?
Away and home.
Oh, my God. Okay. John.
I panicked.
Oh, what about... Okay, I've got
Oh,
it.
we've got
Aussie-
it. Oh,
Aussie
no.
Day.
Okay.
Light
Aussie
bulb.
Day, mate.
What about... That's not a knife.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, may as well. Why not?
Okay. We're not getting anywhere else.
It
in
might,
No.
it might not. Yeah, that's not a knife. Yeah, that'll be perfect.
All right. So, episode...
Have you played Knifey Spoony?
Have you played... Okay. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go have you... I'm going to edit the shit out of this intro.
You've played Knifey Spoony.
Okay, so episode 64, you're going to have to decide in a second. Episode 64, or season 2, episode 12.
Yep.
You've played Knifey Spoony.
Okay.
Are we going with it? Are we going with it?
yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, waffle me this, waffle me that. Thinking all the topics that you could have had. The only game that makes me feel so alive. I'm guessing for 30, it could be only 5. Getting them all would be a superpower. You can get it every week on the JB Waffle Hour. 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 JB Waffle Hour. JB Waffle Hour.
What instrument
I
was
love
that?
that song. Slap at the bass, man.
Slap at the bass,
Slap at the
Let's go
bass.
movie that.
Yeah, great, the movie.
Happy birthday
Day
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bertie. Happy birthday to you.
That was
That
good.
was.
There you go.
It's Bertie's birthday.
And I forgot. Well, I didn't know it was your birthday, actually.
We both forgot.
Even though I may have
At
mentioned
our
it last
age,
week.
at our age, we do. It's okay to forget it, though.
Yeah, it's alright.
The reason I forgot was because I didn't look at Facebook today.
I think I have it off Facebook anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
remember, like,
They're fake.
12, 13 years
Yeah.
ago, people, I don't know.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Bertie. People who don't know you whatsoever.
No.
Happy birthday. Who couldn't care less.
Yeah.
So I took it off anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right, Bert.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
It's episode 64, I believe.
It is.
Or, yeah, go on.
Season 2, episode 12.
Yeah, so last week,
Episode 12?
the person in the middle or the man in the middle, episode 63.
It was not called Man in the Middle.
I was waiting for that.
What a dick. You tried to steal it at the end there as well.
Yeah, we had rugby ref, Simon.
Yeah. Simeon
Simon.
Greenway Robbins. I love saying
Simeon.
that.
Legendary
Simeon's
name.
good. I listened back to it. It sounded really good when you said it, like. And you had a nice little intro there.
I just made that up on the top of my head.
He got his jersey as well. I looked up my old jerseys and they were just too shook. I feel really bad giving him one of them, so we
You
sent
probably
him a
would
new
have
one.
had a bit of character to it, though. Probably wouldn't like that.
Yeah, our first person that we had on that we didn't really know beforehand.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone.
Did
It's
go
good.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good interview.
So yes, that was last week's episode 63. Feel free to go back and listen to all our episodes because we have a massive catalogue back
Yes.
now.
a library, some would say.
Yes.
Library.
And if you listen to it from the start, you'll see how we progressed and how we got better.
I wouldn't say it got better, it's just different.
Don't listen to the first 5.
Well, I mean, like audio quality.
The quality got better, yeah.
Yeah. And then if you see our podcast somewhere, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, we are now on Twitter as well.
Elon Musk made us do it.
And Spotify. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, comment, share, tell your friends about it, tell your family about it.
Why should they do that, Bertie?
Because we want to be huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
It's marketing.
Yeah, we want to get bigger. We want to get sponsorships. We want to get money so we can like do this properly. Yeah. We might even get a slot in LMFM.
We haven't mentioned them in ages.
Yeah, LMFM.
And what would happen if we don't get that interest? What'll happen?
Well, we would be severely disappointed.
Yeah, we'll get disheartened.
And then we get disheartened, and then we mightn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I never took the label off the inside of the mug.
Jesus, Bert.
John's drinking a label. Gross.
I was thinking it was a bit gluey.
Apologies. It's a new mug.
I'm the first one to use this mug, am I?
Wow.
It's okay.
What does it say in it? It's Matlan cup on tea.
Cup of tea.
It's dishwasher and microwave safe.
I love it. Well, now he knows that.
Smile home cup on tea.
As he is high off his face on glue.
Yeah.
Apologies about that, John.
It's okay because we had no sugar, so I was obviously wondering why it tasted a bit more sweeter.
Barry's
Sweet
tea glue edition. How's your weekend, boys?
Bert,
how'd you get on? Yeah, we'll do a round table. Bertie, how was your weekend?
I was in Wexford yesterday, Sunday, and went down for the first round of the league. Not a great pitch now, not a great day, but a nice bus.
Yeah, it looked rough enough now.
Yeah, and it was kind of that dark, misty kind of day, and it didn't rain for all of it now. They put in a great shift. Unfortunately, we didn't come away with the points, but it was a good shift. They played well. Left it all out there, as to say. I'd say Wexford were a bit chuck on Monday morning when they woke up. A lot of hard hitting this year. So fair play to the girls.
Rough, like.
Was that the cup?
That was the start of the league, first round National League.
Oh, that was the first. Why is it a week early?
That's when the ladies start.
Oh, right, they're just a week early.
Yeah, usually I think
they finish
that's
a week.
Earlier. Usually that's when it started. Over the last couple of years, there was a smaller group, but now we're back to a full list of National Football League fixtures. So we're home to Loud next Sunday,
right,
in Bretland Park. So
we'll see how that away? Goes.
No, at
home.
Yeah, in Clara. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. How do you think you're set up for the season? How's it looking?
Oh yeah, like it was a very good performance on Sunday, to be fair, even though the result didn't go our way. But they showed good character, they dug in, they worked really hard. That's all you can ask.
Yeah, that's it.
Just sometimes the attack and play, chance creation didn't result in scoring, unfortunately. But sure, look, that can be fixed.
Bits to learn from.
Yeah, we'll work hard during this week now, and we'll hopefully get our win at home then next week, and see can we get some points on the board.
As a non-sports person, does home have the advantage?
It would if you're in Anfield and you've 50,000 and Liverpudlians shouting for you.
Would it make you not more nervous, no?
No, I think the thing that makes it a little bit better at county level is the travel. So you think like on Sunday we met at 9:30 and we left at 9:15. We travelled down, you're down there earlier than you would be if it was a home game because you have to leave earlier in case anything happens.
So you're out of the comfort zone.
So you're there nearly 90 minutes early, where usually it'd only be an hour. Then you're hanging around, you're getting ready, and it's drawn out a little bit. And plus you sat on the bus for 2 hours it took us to get down because we stopped in Carlow.
Right.
Where when you're at home, you'll arrive like an hour before, you know where you're going, you're in the car. You've obviously, most of them might only be some might be 10 minutes away, some might be only half an hour away. And then you're obviously don't get up as early, you probably eat better then as well and stuff like that. So
I think there is a psychological effect to playing on your own pitch as well. You know all the little divots and stuff, and you know everything is.
Yeah, you know the pitch, you know the setup.
John boy, how was your weekend?
I had another DIY weekend actually. But not my own DIY. I put a new door on the father's garage.
What was it by expanding foam?
No,
expanding foam door.
Yeah,
I got a load of old expanding foam and I just stacked the bits of foam on top of each other. I didn't use the can this time.
Class.
Yeah, really good.
Is there a particular brand that you use? We could probably get sponsorship from those.
I have
boys.
no idea.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that'd be good actually.
Just a mixture of like whatever. I don't know. Actually, some had like bits of stone in it, so I thought that might make it stronger. So I used them as the header for the top of the door.
Sounds safe.
Was it a timber door in reality, or was it a roller door?
It was a timber door that you opened up.
Tim Burton door.
Yeah, no, proper, pure carpentry, like all carpentry. The whole thing was wood. Right. Everton wood.
Did you make the door? No, you bought it.
No, the door was bought.
Right.
Purchased.
But you just hung it.
So I made it was a double door, and then I had to make it into a single door. So I built a frame the size of the double door with the door shaped part of it, and then I hung the door with the hinges in that door shaped area.
Why did you not just buy one door? Why did you buy two if you just needed one?
Didn't buy 2 doors, bought 1 door.
So what?
You said it was the size of a double door.
The opening was the size of a double door.
Okay.
All right.
So, but the father wanted it reduced to a single door. So we put the door in the center and I built a frame around it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he wanted that space turned into a single door
Yes.
opening.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Right. And have you, in your carpentry history,
Yes.
have you ever had any requests for odd shapes of doors, like human shapes? You know, when you make a shape like that, like in the cartoons, and a door to open like
Or
that
like a
shape?
hobbit door.
Or small doors, or
No.
just okay.
No.
All right, that's
I haven't.
disregard that question.
I wish I could tell you a really cool story, but I didn't.
And did you put the handle on the outside?
I put a handle on both sides because if I was inside when I put a handle on the outside, I wouldn't have been able to get out.
You didn't see that video of The Apprentice, no? And he put the handles on the inside of the doors in the kitchen, like.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I've seen the picture on
What a
like
goose.
Facebook or something. Yeah.
Silly
funny.
goose. And that was your weekend DIY?
Yeah, and then on Sunday just did a bit of cleaning around the house. The bit like the toilet seat was hanging off, kind of tightened all them kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
Little bit manly stuff, you know.
That's
So-
they're important jobs, though.
Yeah.
If they go neglected, then no, house isn't a.
You were tightening instead of filling.
Yeah. Maintenance, general maintenance.
Did you expanding foam the toilet? Just fill it up with it.
No.
Fixed.
No, a toilet is a hole that you need. You can't be filling that hole.
It's not the hero we wanted, but it is the hero we needed.
I would argue there's not many bad holes. Like
Well, some
A
would,
pothole.
some
Imagine
would,
that way.
A
some
pothole
would
would be a
disagree.
bad
with
I
you.
guess a pothole's a bad hole. Name another bad hole for me. There, go on.
Black hole.
Ooh,
Scary.
black hole. I like that.
Yeah.
Anyone else? No.
A rhino's
Bad
hole.
holes.
A rhino's hole.
Yeah, because
What?
they poop like
Are you watching Ace Ventura?
like a manure spreader. So when they poop, they like projectile poop, but their tail wags left to right, and it shoots it everywhere.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why's that bad?
Well, if you're standing beside it.
Well, thank God there's no rhinos in Ireland, so.
Breeding rhinos out
I've
in
seen it at the
Portmill.
zoo.
Okay, yeah.
There you
Volcano holes.
Well, I mean, it has to go
Actually,
somewhere.
I'm pretty sure there's lots of bad holes out there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a moot point then.
Yeah.
And my weekend, thanks for asking, was quite good as well. We were talking about it beforehand.
Yeah.
I went to...
Off air.
Yeah, off air, yeah. I went to a vegan restaurant. Now, let me tell you, it was possibly some of the nicest food that I have ever experienced.
They have a bit of a stereotype, don't they?
Like,
Rabbit food kind of attitude.
yeah, well,
But
yeah, I think like just not. It's not desirable. I don't think.
you
It's
want to
not
go there?
advertised. Yeah. I chose it.
You chose it.
Yeah.
Have your own free will.
Well, yeah, of course I did.
Well,
but
to
like,
impress.
it
to
may
impress.
have been beneficial to other people, other parties that were joining me on the evening.
Yeah. It was
But-
for brownie points.
So I went to Gloss is the name of the restaurant, and the guy, what's his name? Do you know his name?
No.
He's from I always say in 51st States from First States Ireland. Do you know the guy,
Oh,
the
yes.
presenter fella?
I don't know his name. He's from Croatia, I think.
Yes, is right. He is from Croatia. Go on, Bertie. You know it. Go on. You watch pop culture.
Matteo.
Matteo! Hey, that's his
What a
name.
legend.
Yes.
I pulled that out of the back there.
He welcomed us at the front door and then brought us down to our table and all that sort of jazz and was chatting away to
And
us.
he owns it.
I don't know if he owns it or not, but he was fairly...
Well, that's his actual job. His proper
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
like.
yeah. He was
Oh, so he
fairly
doesn't work in the
prominent.
Gibson Hotel?
Apparently not.
No,
No.
only for first
No, that's
aids.
like an agency that comes in.
This was on Exchequer
Oh.
Street in Dublin. Glass is the name of it.
And was he
Unbelievable.
as charming as he was on the telly?
He was lovely. I nearly had my pants off by the time I got sitting down.
I would as well.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Because glass, because green. Like.
Yes, exactly.
So the food was nice.
Yeah.
What you have?
I've been to...
Kale burger.
No, I had...
Beans.
Wait, let me finish and I'll tell
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Just keep on saying vegetables that week. Beetroot.
Broccoli.
Potato and leek soup.
I had for the main course. No, I'll tell you about the starter first. Was croquettes, cheese croquettes,
Okay.
and then
I like
this,
cheese.
What did I say? It was like a gelatin
Oh yeah.
waves over the top of it
Now, is the Guinness sauce like poured over or in
No,
like
no.
a dipping dish?
on the side.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
side,
yeah. I like my sauce on the side.
Unbelievable. I had. It was parsnip, I think.
It was
and-
spicy though, was it?
No, there was no spice.
No,
well,
that's
for
what-
you maybe it might have been a bit spicy. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking whether I'd go or not.
No, but I think you can get fairly plain stuff as well. But my mouth didn't know what to do. I put the food in, and my eyes automatically just closed. I was like,
But like at the very start, you're like, oh god, yeah, this is going to be horrible. Oh god, damn vegan food. And then you put it in your mouth, or did you go, I can't wait for this. It looks amazing.
Did you take pictures?
There's pictures. Yeah, I'll show you them afterwards. Or I'll stick them up on the gram maybe.
Yeah. Just see
we'll
what
tag Gloss. We'll tag Gloss.
It was the presentation was unreal. I looked at the menu, and the menu has stuff like turnip thing and cabbage this, and
Yes.
some of the dessert had like turnip thing, but it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Good to hear. Yeah,
So
well,
so surprised.
I'll stick it on a list.
Yeah, so I would
Yeah,
advise.
not to go to list.
I swear to God, it is
Okay, we're going.
some of the best. I swear you'll love it. So that was my weekend. That was
I'm just
Sounds lovely.
I'd still be on the fence whether it was spicy or not, because I feel if you have like a lot of vegan stuff for flavour,
You have to
Yeah.
make-
this
you have
isn't
to
an
make up
insult
for it.
now. I think this is just I
yeah,
think
you
this,
have to flavour stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think a lot of things anyway in normal restaurants and that has a lot of those kind of things in it, and it just doesn't go well with me. So. But still, I look up the menu though.
Yeah, have a look at it.
Yeah.
It's good. And under 8s training is back. At Boy are back.
Under 8.
Yeah, futsal started again.
I
on
see you have a
Saturday
new
morning.
sponsor there, Leonard. Leonard's. Is he sponsoring you guys? No.
That's
No,
not our
that's
team.
that boy
Rugby's-
rugby. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
no.
Okay.
different sport, John.
That's all the same to me. It's a ball.
My lord. So yeah, the training is back, and we're raring to go for the season.
Nice.
There's a big
When's the
season
start?
ahead. March.
Top
So
4,
We got.
winning it.
Oh, we're winning it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
winning it, nice.
Well, it's a non-competitive league. It's just a development league, so there's no actual winning it.
What?
Everyone wins. There's no league table or anything. You just go in and play different teams every week, and it's all about developing the players. That's the
If
idea.
the people at home could see our me and Bertie's heads going left and right.
It's not like
Okay, so right, I'll tell you the story. Right,
okay, go on. Forts
Just-
Mill under 8s.
just before-
screaming at them.
just before you go into your news, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I seen on TikTok during the week there's this video. I don't know if you've seen it of the guy in the background of Johan's video in the park. So this woman is after doing her run,
Right.
and she's I don't know, blogging it or whatever on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So she's making a little video. I'm after doing my run. You know, I'm getting into this. Blah 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 blah. And in the background there's a bench, and this fella comes over and sits on the bench.
Seen it.
And is there on his phone, whatever. But obviously in the background of her video, she's doing TikTok live or whatever. Right?
Okay.
But instead of like switching it off and going chatting to me, she's obviously still recording. And she goes over, oh, would you mind if you just go sit on another bench? I'm recording, explains herself, nice and polite, everything's grand. And he politely said, oh no, I come here every day and I sit down on this bench, this is where I sit. Would you mind just turning the camera? And she's, oh no, it's on a tripod, I can't move it. So then it's back and forth a little bit, and your man's getting a little bit more annoyed. Now, never gets really angry, to just start getting annoyed at each other.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she goes, oh, my followers. And the funniest line in it goes, oh, you're Jesus now, are you? With your followers. And I thought that was brilliant. And I just thought that it was one of those things where, you know, kids are brought up, oh, if you ask politely and all that, but people can politely say no to you as well.
Absolutely.
And just because you ask nicely, that doesn't mean you'll get your way.
There's room for discourse.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And I think like it would literally take her 2 seconds to turn the tripod. You see us with the cameras and tripods; they're quite easy to move. You know, and I think she would have saved a lot of hassle, save herself a lot of hassle if she just like kinked it to one side.
Yeah.
Because in fairness, if your man does come there every day and he was waiting for a phone call, and he was nice about it at the start, he never crushed her, never told her to F off or anything like that.
Yep.
He was just kind of getting a little bit annoyed because she wouldn't leave him alone then.
Yeah.
She kept, oh, will you move? Or the bench is only over there.
She kind of went like, I'm not asking you anymore now. I'm telling you, you have to move.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, he could move from the bench, but you're just there on a random day where he usually there. All you have to do is turn the camera. But when you go into the comments, there's so many people that sided on both sides.
What?
Where I thought it was kind of a straightforward
That man's
kind of
probably sat in
just
that
turn
bench
your tripod a
for
little bit.
20 years. Like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's a pretty simple thing to solve when you think about it.
Oh yeah, she caused herself a load of hassle on that over nothing.
But
And
she probably got loads of followers out of it, though.
maybe she did, yeah. But I think she got a load of negative.
Now, let's
know
not
that.
be so quick to associate that back to her under 8s football training.
Okay.
Just, let's not.
Whoa,
I know,
that's
I was only
swung
messing. I just wanted to say that story.
No, our training is quite intensive. Like, and,
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
you know,
I know. I like at that age, it is all about kind of developing them, and
Yeah,
the most
absolutely.
important thing is to have like good coaches and that to teach them good habits, but also to make sure that they stay with it.
that's it. It has
Because
to be
like
interesting.
there's
and
definitely
fun.
studies done, and I've read them. I just can't remember the exact figures because we didn't know I was going to top of this.
Mm-hmm.
That the majority of it isn't actually like parents making people fall out, it is actually the coach and a bad coaching experience. And you said, well, sure, why would I sit there?
Yeah.
And there's so many other things you can go do. Like your daughter could do karate, judo, athletics, running. Might just the gym where nobody's telling her what to do.
Yeah.
You know, so there's so many other options you can go do. Like, you have to keep everybody involved.
The spine-chilling moment: a ghost patient walks through the hospital doors after dying the day before.
Oh my goodness.
Did you hear about this?
Ghost patient.
Ghost patient in Brazil. So CCTV footage from, I'm going to try and say it, Finocchieto Sanatorium in Buenos Aires. Oh no, it's Argentina, sorry. Seems to show a security guard greeting a patient who had died the day before. In the clip, we see the guard getting up from his chair, the clipboard firmly in his hand, and he greets the newly arrived patient. He offers the patient a wheelchair, chats to her for some while, and then lets her go into the lobby before sectioning it off again with the little rope thing. And then they head to the doctor's area. It seems pretty normal, except only the security guard in the video and the patient he claims to have spoken to had died the day before.
So the patient, only he's seen this patient.
Only he saw the patient, yeah. And
so is there like video footage of him just standing up talking to nobody?
yeah,
No way.
So the automatic door's open.
Yeah.
She walks in apparently,
And he sees her.
He sees her, walks up to her, and she's like, "I want to see the doctor." He takes her name and gets her a wheelchair and walks her to the lift, and then walks back and sits down. The whole thing is on video.
So he's pushing the wheelchair there, and there's nobody in it.
Yeah.
You sure he wasn't maybe sampling a bit of the medication from the...
One might presume. And it's absolutely... Oh, it's so scary. Is it up on that screen? It is up on that screen, yeah. It's terrifying.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
However...
Oh, here we go.
Is it debunked?
Already.
It was revealed that
he had died the day before.
No, the doors that day were malfunctioning.
Okay.
So every 2 minutes the doors were opening and closing.
Okay.
And what he decided to do was to play a prank
Make
on
fun.
the people in the thing.
Right.
Yeah. So he went and did all of this and oddly enough, found a patient that had died the day before. And put her name down
because
again.
I don't think A&E would be that quiet that the security man could go,
Well,
it's a little bit quiet today.
It was in the middle of the night, so it was
okay.
like 3 a.m. in the morning or something,
Right.
he had said. But this was going around like TV in Buenos Aires as if it
Oh,
was like
right.
true.
Oh, dear.
So he was just playing a little joke in them. But terrifying. And since we've done our ghost podcasts, I'm dying to get back into another ghost podcast.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
I walked...
I was going to bring you up to that place and I had it all sorted out, and you're like, no, I don't want to go there.
I didn't say no, I don't want to go there.
I think it was against the law. I think that was the reason we didn't
No,
do it.
it
It was
wasn't.
trespassing. That
no,
was the
it
main
wasn't. Loads
reason.
of people are walking around that
Guys,
place.
the
and
law.
Walking.
I think
Not at midnight.
I think...
No,
okay,
that's true.
would it help if we brought the elusive Robbie Kennedy with us?
He'd probably make it daylight.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Here, lads, the light switch is over here.
Make it not ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm well up for it. Absolutely
Okay.
well up for it. Let's do that. Okay, next one. 14-year-old teenager celebrates climbing Carrauntoohil for the 100th time. Do you hear about Orla Kelly?
In what, like 24 hours?
No, just in general.
Oh.
Okay, so go with your but at the same time, when you look at teenagers nowadays, this is a hero of a teenager. Getting up and doing Carrauntoohil. That's a big old mountain. Like,
Did that with a
Where's she
hangover.
from?
Orla Kelly started climbing Ireland's Highest Mountain, Carrauntoohil, when she was only 9 years old, and since then she's climbed it over 100 times. Orla's parents are qualified mountain guides, yeah, so she's well used to climbing, and as always.
I'd say I've done Crow Patrick 12 times, maybe.
Would it be the same distance up as
Oh, God, no.
Carrauntoohil?
Carrauntoohil is the highest peak in Ireland.
Oh, right, okay.
Down in the
That's amazing.
McGillicuddy Reeks down there.
Fair play to her, like. I wonder if she wouldn't be going up alone.
The Devil's
obviously.
Bowl or something is up there. It's meant to be.
Oh, is that where that is?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right, yeah. It's a gorgeous part of
It'll
the
be
world.
fairly snowy now this time of year, so.
Yeah, I think that was taken there.
Oh, that's recent, isn't it?
Only recently, yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, fantastic. Fair play to her. More teenagers should be out there climbing mountains.
Went up prepared anyway there, the ice picks and everything.
She did, yeah.
She is, fair play.
Yeah, she's well set up there, in fairness. Did you see the video of your man on the mountain? He was, I guess he was climbing or something, and he went to go across this little verge, and he put the 2 picks in, and then all of a sudden there was like a snow drift, started like a waterfall of snow over the top of him, and he was just holding on for like grim life or grim death. You didn't see that?
No.
I must see if I can find that video. I'll put it up on our Instagram as well. Absolutely terrifying.
Another thing that we won't put up.
Hey, we've been good about doing that recently. Don't say that. Okay, and the last thing then, the FAI
what to do
announced
now?
about a new badge.
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
Oh, they're changing the badge as well, this kit, is it?
Yeah, apparently it's going to be. They're talking about changing it with the new kit that's coming in. I'll just show you some of the old badges that we had. This badge that we have for the last, how long is that? like since the 2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah,
was
that's
it?
it. So, yeah.
I hate that badge.
I can't remember if that was 2002 World Cup. I can't remember.
Might have been, yeah.
The other one was definitely USA in 94-ish.
Yeah, so this is the other ones here. Look at that one. That's the 94 one.
Yeah, and then 1990
circular one with the green
Ball
and
and the
orange
shamrock in it,
ball,
FAI there.
shamrock, yeah.
It's grand, like it's grand. But the classic, look at that one.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
1990.
Isn't
that
that
is
a
nice.
beautiful crest? So the 1991 or pre 1990 up to 1990 or whatever, or 94.
That is lovely.
94 maybe.
Yeah.
93.
Memories.
Gorgeous. I'd love if they went back to that sort of a crest there
Or in that kind of jersey
for
too.
the new kit. It'd be lovely. Or like the rugby one.
Oh, I've seen on TikTok there's some I can't remember the name of it. I
Some
must look
American
it up.
guy redesigned it.
It was the
Which?
American. He just does jerseys. He just like makes up jerseys that like concept ones that people ask him to do.
Oh, right.
And he done an Ireland one. Oh look, lads.
Is it the Adidas one?
Yeah. No,
No,
he
he,
sent it
just,
to you?
he does no brands on it. He just does the jersey like.
Oh,
like
right.
you had the
Yeah.
harp strings and stuff on it. Was
Yeah,
awesome.
he done, yeah. And like it was really faded in. So he took the harp first and the strings and then faded in like darker green going across it. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Must look that up.
I wish like the Ireland jerseys would sell like hotcakes, but like the new ones aren't great, are they? They haven't
No.
had a good one in a good long while.
No.
It's just been kind of mediocre. So
And
we
they're,
need a
they're
good
too
one.
expensive to buy just
Yeah.
because they're Irish then as well.
Yeah.
If you don't like them.
What's the last Irish soccer jersey that you've owned? Football jersey?
The actual jersey?
Yeah.
2002 World Cup.
Yeah, probably same here. I'd say.
But I bought like the training t-shirts are like €30.
They're lovely though.
So I bought a few of them, yeah.
Yeah, some
I've
of them
had
are
like
nice.
a navy one and then a green one. And then I've
Did you get the maroon one that came out? The members are maroon.
no, but I have like they brought out was it was like a 90s style training top quarter zip
Class.
and it had the old crest on it. Oh, yeah, I have that. And then I have remember I wore in Prague. I actually got it that week. It's the replica one from 1990 World Cup.
Oh yeah,
Got one of them as well.
beaut, absolute beaut. How about you, John? Any Ireland jerseys in the
I
past
think they have a green T-shirt.
that says "I am Ireland"
Yeah.
on the front of it?
It's a shamrock.
From Aldi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're all here at the JB Waffle Hour. We're hoping for a beautiful new crest and a beautiful new jersey.
I might design one like I did for the Mead team.
We do JB Waffle Hour Irish jersey.
Yeah.
Class.
I'll do that during the week.
So on Thursday, or which is tomorrow, people listening to it on Wednesday, obviously. It is National Australia Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of my Australian accent? Pretty good.
I'd say it'd be quite insulting to Australians.
Yeah, well, actually, maybe loads of people would listen because they feel like they got insulted. To be like, oh, listen to this idiot here. Like.
No publicity or no bad publicity is bad publicity. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
I feel like I fumbled right through that saying. Okay, yeah. So Australia Day, we thought we'd talk a little bit about Australia, the history of, say, Irish people heading out to Australia. We've deep roots, don't we? Australia and Ireland.
Yeah, because all
We
the
do.
criminals went out there.
Well, that's
Jeez,
not the
Australian people will be listening to this.
You know what? It wasn't just the Irish that went out there. It was mainly actually the Brits that sent out their. Actually, I suppose then it was all Irish.
In a roundabout way.
It all comes back to them.
But it was actually the Brits. But initially, right, Australia, it was actually Dutch. What are they called?
Colonists.
Colonists, yeah, that went out there in the first place.
Right.
So listen to this. So the landing by Australians by Europeans was 1606. Dutch navigator William, Janszoon. Later that year, Spanish explorer Luis Vaz de Torres sailed through and navigated now what is called the Torres Strait and the associated islands. 29 other Dutch navigators explored that area in the 17th century and named the continent New Holland. So Australia was actually called New Holland for a little while, which is mad.
Oh, big blue tractors driving around like.
And then this guy, Macassan Trespangers, that's some name, visited Australia's north coast after 1720 or possibly earlier. So there was a lot of little landings out there, but it was really the English then. James Cook.
Sorry, go on.
Go on, yeah, go on.
It is much bigger than like America.
It's huge.
How comes if a lot of Irish went there that they're not like the Americans then?
What do you mean?
Do you know like you know that the Americans talk about Ireland and they come visit Ireland and stuff like that, but Australia doesn't have the same kind of
That's true.
thing
Yeah,
about it,
there's.
and they're just more relaxed about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's as much.
Oh, card. You didn't delete the stuff off the card. Sorry.
I did, yeah. It's all in my trash bin there.
Oh,
Card says it's full.
Your cameras are faulty, obviously.
Computer says no.
That's okay.
Would you like me to stop and then?
No, we'll fix it there. It's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Are we forgoing video then?
Video
No, we'll
is
see if we get it
forgoed.
fixed for the bit at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So yeah, then obviously the Brits came along. Is it okay to call them the Brits? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
James Cook charted the east coast of Australia and claimed it for Great Britain. Great Britain! And he returned to London with accounts
He peed on it.
favouring colonisation of Botany Bay, which is now called Sydney. And what they originally started doing, they obviously established it as a penal colony.
Yeah.
Penal. And started sending out all of their prisoners. But like, imagine being a prisoner back then and be like, you're going on a ship and you're going to go to this place and it's really, really hot and it's going to be like hell.
Did you
and
just-
then you get there and it's like, it's Australia.
Yeah.
And there's like
Did you just let them
beaches
out?
everywhere?
Did they like
What?
get to the coast and say, off he's gone now?
Yeah,
Or
well,
was there an actual jail?
I'm presuming there was an actual jail.
Because the Union Jack is still in the flag.
That's right. Well, they're still part of Britain, aren't they?
They're part of the Commonwealth.
They're a
yeah.
Commonwealth. they're
Yeah,
part of
but
the
would they
Commonwealth.
not get rid of the... Would they not think?
I think it favours them greatly, to be honest.
Is it?
Because they can travel to the UK and travel to Canada and tip about the place pretty freely.
I think there's a good bit advantage to be part of the Commonwealth.
Like it
Yeah.
is very big because I think is Perth Glory is the only soccer team on the west coast, and all the soccer teams in the league, the rest of them are all on the east coast.
Ah, yeah.
And they're saying like that's the longest like away day
Can you imagine that?
for that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the
I've
way.
seen that somewhere.
That's the way Australia is set up. That whole coast, the east coast, has pretty much everything on it all the way down to the bottom, and then there's just nothing in the middle, and then Perth is all the way over there.
Did you ever watch Outback Truckers?
No.
Oh, okay.
Explain, please. Give me everything about Outback Truckers.
Yeah, Outback Truckers is about like these guys. Each season there's slightly different lads on it, and it's about the road trains like going across Australia, like delivering stuff.
All right.
And they're going out literally, and they're like, do you know the way in Ireland you say, "Oh, I'm going to deliver," and you might go to Galway, and it's like 200 kilometers.
Yeah.
These are going like 3, 4, 5,000 kilometers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then there's this road that goes right in the middle of Australia, and like literally, if anything happens to you, you are rubber ducked. No phone signal, nobody might come back, and they're all like corrugated, they're all bumps and everything.
Yeah. It
And
might
there's-
as well be the moon
Yeah.
when you're out there.
There's this lad Steve Graham, he's the oldest guy on it. He's some operator with the road train, so he has a big truck and he brings the dog with him as well.
Brings the dog. Oh,
Yeah.
there's nothing better.
And then the moving the houses. I think there's an Irish guy, I can't remember his name. He's one of them. He's one of the newer seasons, and they moved houses.
Right.
So they go in and like they cut a house in half because it's all timber houses,
Yeah.
and they lift it up and put it on these trucks.
Amazing.
And during the night they're going all through these cities and they're massive long yokes.
They
Like
can get away with putting
they're
houses
huge.
over there, in fairness. They've got the
Yeah.
weather for it.
yeah.
It took me years to realise how big Australia was when everybody's going over there. Because
Yeah.
I'd be talking to mates and they'd be like, yeah, I'm in Sydney, yeah. Oh, mate, mine's in Perth. Do you ever see him? Or do you ever go there?
They might as well be in Japan
And
for
he's
God's
like,
sake.
he's like, that's between Dublin and Russia. It's like,
It's nuts.
yeah, and I'd be like, what? I literally thought Perth was like maybe Navan to Trim kind of
Yeah.
thing.
It's huge.
Couldn't comprehend it.
And when you see it in maps as well, it's because of the way that the globes are done. It looks quite small on the
Yeah.
map. When you see the actual size of it's massive. Absolutely,
It's the
mind
sixth
boggles.
biggest country in the world.
Really?
Yeah,
It's a
and
continent, don't it?
I researched, you see, and it's but it's
You're
it
so
is a
proud of
continent, and it's the only continent that spans. It's the only country that spans across the whole continent.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's absolutely amazing.
very amazing.
It's such a beautiful place as well.
I've never been. Have you been?
Funny story. I used to live there. I used to live
Hello?
there.
Right. Why?
You used to live there? Back in the 80s, 89, we went to Australia. My parents emigrated. Economic factors. A lot of people went out in the mid to late 80s, heading out there. And before that, I have loads of family out in Australia.
Right.
My mum's cousins and stuff went to live in Australia.
And do they put shrimps on the barbie?
Yeah.
Do they really?
Delicious. Absolutely
Mad.
delicious. Shrimp. You've had shrimp?
No,
It's lovely.
I've never. I don't really like shrimp. I've had prawns,
Prawns are gorgeous.
but
yeah.
like just the pink ones. I don't like the one with the legs and the arms and stuff on it.
You can. I'm not going to get into that actually. On the podcast. We won't get too gruesome about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there would have been before that the 40s. There would have been a big outflux of Irish as well out there, and that's when my parents' families then would have went out first. Then my parents tried to go out, so we were living there. It turned out to be more like a long holiday. Really, we were there for about 9-10 months, I think, in the end. and it was just it wasn't for my parents.
I have an
and we came
interesting
home.
story about my wife's grandfather's brother, actually, but we might do it last in case you can squeeze it in. But
Okay, why don't you go for it?
well, okay, I'll go for it. Right.
Go for it.
So basically, my wife had a granddad. He passed away unfortunately since. Right. But at one stage, they got a phone call from her granddad got a phone call basically, and he was like, "Who is it?" Blah blah blah. It turned out that it was the granddad's brother that was presumed dead in the war. What he had actually done was escaped the war and got on a Royal Navy boat to Australia,
No way,
and lived in Australia without telling his family.
Genie.
He basically absconded from the army or something like that, so he was too afraid to tell anybody.
yeah.
And
Kind of a prison.
like 60 years later, his sons got in touch with the family in Lithuania to say, "Hi, we're your family in Australia." And so it was just news to absolutely everybody that her grandfather's brother was alive, had a whole family in Lithuania, like 5 or 6 kids.
But isn't it amazing that at that time, all you really had to do was like hop on a train or hop on a bus and go about 20 miles down the road.
Yeah, and say your name to
life.
someone else. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you disappear.
Yeah.
That's you gone.
Just get someone to write a new piece of paper with your name on it, and there you are, if you new identity.
That's
Yeah.
it,
No computers, like.
Yeah, mad,
Yeah.
absolutely mad. Like that, like my dad would have worked in Sydney, or was it Melbourne? Maybe it was Melbourne. I'm not sure. But he worked in the city, and he said that he bumped into someone that I think he grew up with in Belfast, just walking down the street in the middle of
Mad.
of Sydney. Just crazy. The Irish,
Yeah.
like we've a knack for finding each other. I
I've
think.
heard the odd story now where someone would bump into someone on the street and they're from Trim, like.
Yeah.
Like, how's it going?
You always hear those stories,
Yeah.
and it tends to be. I've heard of a lot of people meeting each other in Cairns, up in the top. I think it's like a big kind of you do like a lot of adventure sports and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
So a lot of the tourists go up there. But I've heard of a lot of people meeting up together in Cairns and stuff, or just meeting people that they know from a certain town or whatever. But in recent years, then it's been our generation when we were coming out of school. There seemed to be another outflux of Irish.
There was a boom back then. Or
loads
something.
went out. So what was happening then? Was there another?
Celtic Tiger, I think it was in Ireland. They had gone kaput.
Oh yes, it was the
You
other
know?
side of that. It was the recession was kicking in.
All carpenters and everything like that moved away. Like.
All headed out. Yeah, and we all know like 3 or 4 people at least that have all moved out and lived in
Yeah,
Australia.
and some went out and made money and came back, and others now they are Australians.
Yeah, family kids over there now. Yeah.
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 And we all Sludge is one in particular
Yeah.
that we know who's out there happily
Yeah.
and loves it and wouldn't come home probably.
And Kevin Fagan as well. And I think his brother and his sisters out there as well.
Sludge might make an appearance
Oh right, okay.
on a podcast.
We might maybe if
a few
Sludge,
questions.
if you want to have a little word, we'll maybe edit you in here.
Yeah, perfect. Insert Sludge here.
It is smaller than the USA.
Is it?
Marginally.
Marginally. Isn't that crazy? Well, when you look at it on a map, I'll show you it on a map here. Hold on,
It
let's have a
is.
look.
It is the 6th largest country after Russia, Canada, China, the USA, and Brazil. Brazil must be huge as well, is it?
Hayewich.
Bleeding yowich.
It says travelling from Sydney to Perth is the east coast to west coast is the same as going from New York to Los Angeles.
Jesus Louises.
Has
You know.
anybody done that? Like driven?
Why is there like a Route 66 in Australia? Is there?
I don't know.
I don't
I'd
know.
imagine there's like the road train kind of road trucks or.
So when you look at Australia, you can see it on the map there. Is that in the screen there? It's still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at Australia, like it's down there. I suppose it actually does look quite big, doesn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When you look at it, but you just don't think of it as being big because it's down there by itself, just
Yeah.
chilling out.
It's the biggest island.
But it's fucking massive, isn't it? We have nothing on it. Like when I know when I went to the States and we were traveling from one place to another, like when we come back to Ireland, we always think that we're doing these long journeys, like going to Belfast. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like I went to Belfast and back in the same day.
You can go through
Nothing.
every county in Ireland in less than 24 hours.
In less than 24 hours.
Because I've done it.
Because Bertie did it.
Oh,
22
was that GAA grounds you did?
No, that was something else.
All right, okay.
I done the 32 counties in less than 24 hours. Took 22 and I think 22 and a half hours. Is it?
And obviously there's some shortcuts there that you could take. That it was like 4 counties bordering each other or something.
Oh yeah, well I drove through every county. And we took the sign like welcome to whatever. And
you stopped it at every one.
Yeah, I took the pictures, yeah.
Wow.
That was like in maybe 2010. 2010.
Did at any stage were you during the drive were you like, this is a terrible idea?
No, sure. What was I? Did you was 20, 25? Was it?
Oh, little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Practicing FIFA. And
Yeah,
down
the old
You got on
04 Skoda.
You got onto like Lad Bible or something, didn't you?
Did you?
Yeah, I was on a few things, and now when we done the 59 pitches in 24 hours. Well, actually, it was 12 hours actually.
Right.
8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. That I got on, but you see, it was different time too.
Yeah.
You had the Instagram. I was uploading stuff, saying things, and we done a video and all.
Class.
And we done that one for charity. Where when I done the 32 counties in less than 24 hours, we just done it on a bank holiday Monday.
Right.
Done the route, so you know that you went into every county and around. I think it was only like, was it 1,200, 1,300 kilometres to get around Ireland? And just to put that into perspective, what you were saying about America and Australia, 1,200 would still be just tipping down the road, like.
Yeah.
You know,
going to work in the morning or something.
Maybe we do it again for charity.
I've
Maybe
seen a fact.
a waffle hour does the 32 counties in 24 hours.
I'll watch from afar.
We'll do it.
I'll push you on. I'll send you
minus
messages.
crack,
Just
lads.
just to give the idea of the size.
Yeah.
Did you know, like, they're in the middle of Australia, one farmer owns a property the size of Belgium.
What?
Yeah, just one farmer just owns all that land. He owns enough land to be the size of Belgium.
But like someone's probably like, you can have it. There's not much you can do with it really. It's dust.
Yeah, basically, I doubt he's seen every inch of it anyway.
Nice red dust. Yeah, let's get back to Australia. Did you ever hear of the Emu Wars?
No, tell us all about
This
it.
is phenomenal, this. So the emu, another seemingly bizarre Australian animal.
They don't have opposable thumbs. How can they hold a gun?
Well, I'm about to explain. They had them made specially. Do you know that people actually thought that the platypus was a fake animal that was made up?
Those are fake platypuses.
Fake animals. Because they were like, they've got a duck bill, but they've also got fur and they look like a little gopher.
I suppose if I did see one for the first time ever, I'd be like, that's
What
fake.
is that yoke? And they lay eggs as well.
They don't, do they?
Yeah. What the
So
hell
it's a
is
bird.
that? No, but it's not though. It's also a mammal.
That's weird.
So it's one of those ones where it was like that thing shouldn't have had sex with that thing at all.
Yeah.
So the Emu Wars, right? It was let me see. It presented a greater historical problem than the humble platypus war as well. But we're not talking about that. One of the strangest Australian animals waged war against the emu, and they lost this war. So in 1932, a town of Campion, it's called, in Western Australia, was the site of one of Australia's greatest and strangest militant failures, as many as 20,000 emus had been feasting on the region's wheat crops, devastating farms. So the 7th Heavy Battery of the Royal Australian Artillery decided to put an end to the situation
By killing them.
Yeah, with just 3 soldiers they decided to give to this campaign, machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Imagine being the lads who were tasked with this.
How would they pick them lads?
Just go and shoot birds for as long as
Special
you
mission.
want. Good
Wow.
luck to you. So, however, the military quickly discovered that it underestimated the awkward-looking bird.
Oh, they picked up the gun and started shooting back.
No. So the emus were good at quickly breaking into smaller groups, so they were organised. And they were so fast that they were nearly impossible to hit with gunfire and didn't seem to care even when they were hit by bullets, apparently. Maybe because of their plumage, I guess. The military also struggled with guns that jammed, and vehicles were unable to keep up with the emus, who could also reach up to 50 kilometres an hour.
Jesus.
The war only lasted a week before the military gave up. Just 50 to 200, they didn't get an exact number, of the 20,000 strong emu forces were killed. Ultimately, the Australian military had to admit that they had not only declared the war on big birds had been officially lost.
Is that in the Australian history, like, classes? The Great 3-Day War, the Australian
I think
military
it's one
lost.
they sweep underneath the carpet. They're not very fond of that one. So
we're in emu schools. That's the main thing in history.
our proud victory. So there you go. Emu Wars.
Oh, man. Class. Jesus.
That's a Netflix film in the making now.
Will we go?
Any
Waffle game?
What about
Is it
famous people? Is there any famous
yeah,
people
so-
from Australia?
Sorry.
Sorry, hang on there now.
I jumped the gun there.
Just have to click on this link in here now.
Edit the shit out
While
of it.
Bertie's doing that,
Yep.
you know what? Viral video. One of my favourite Australian viral videos is 10 years old this year.
What is it?
Just waiting on a mate.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
What is it?
The guy, Clinton,
Right.
who the police came across, where his car was wedged up on top of a ditch with a broken bumper, smashed headlight, and a flat tire.
Right.
Who has obviously had a few drinks in him, sitting in the driver's seat, and the police came over to him and said, "All right, mate, what you doing?" That's a terrible accent, and he just kept kept on waiting on. He's waiting on a mate, and they're like, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, just waiting on a mate." And he was like, "You should look at the video."
Hammered.
And he's like, "Are you sure, mate? Your car's all smashed up." "Yeah, just waiting on a mate." "What's your mate's name?" "James." "Oh, you have to watch it."
I would say that the Australians would rival the Irish in terms of drink.
Yes,
They give us a good run for their money now.
Yeah.
They've got a fairly Irish attitude.
I've done a
to
bit
it.
of travelling, and any country I've gone to, like Lithuanians can outdrink the Irish, no doubt, because they drink whiskey instead of beer. You know,
Right,
they
okay.
drink the same volume of whiskey versus beer. Like,
Do you think we've fallen off a little bit in terms
I'd
of
say
the
we're
actual-
going down that rank. Yeah.
And is it a good thing or a bad thing? You know, the old drink culture.
Well, it's our tourism industry that's been affected. You know.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about that one. I'm on the fence.
We
Right, Bert.
We have 3 AFL stars, I suppose you'd call them.
All right.
Jim Steins, Ty Kennelly and Zach Toohey. Now, of course, there's more Irish lads out there playing now, but they were like
Any Navan lads?
the trendsetter.
Keane McBride.
Conor Nash.
Connor Nash. He's
Yeah.
from Navan.
Yeah,
Good for him.
he played with Simonstown. Keane McBride played with Ultons.
That's right.
But they're currently playing. These are a little bit more legendary.
And
Right.
didn't some of
Especially
our
Jim Steins was, I think, one of the
didn't
first
some
ones
of our
really.
legendary Mead girls go over there as well?
Yeah, Vicky, yeah.
Hmm.
But that's current, like. I mean,
Okay.
Jesus.
Right, okay, fine.
Sorry,
okay.
Bert. Jesus.
And
Don't throw a
then
cup at me.
you have historical ones like Ned Kelly, the outlaw.
Ned Kelly.
John and James Toohey. Done stuff.
They all have Irish roots.
Yeah, Nicholas Fitzgerald. These
Right.
are ages ago.
These are all Irish lads that went over to play in Australia. Right.
No, these are
These are Australian lads with Irish roots.
these are the 7 most famous Irish Australians.
Ah, right.
I was just naming some of the footballers first.
I thought there were lads
Okay.
that went over there. Right.
No.
Okay.
Ned Kelly was a nice chap.
He was all right.
Is this anything to Des, is he?
When it comes to
I don't
famous
know.
Irish people in Australia, rightly or wrongly, Ned Kelly's name is always bound to come up. The infamous bushranger, born to John Red Kelly, originally from Tipperary, lived a short, action-packed life during the late 1800s as an outlaw, murderer and bank robber.
Ah,
Some
yes.
boy
Lived his
And
life.
also played AFL.
with a hurl. He also played AFL as well.
You've some Tom Kennelly fella there.
Who's that chap you told us earlier on from Bray?
Yeah,
that's
hang on,
right.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Jeez, spoilers.
I thought it was
Um,
over.
Apparently, for some reason, Nicole Kidman is on this list.
As an Irish Australian?
Yeah.
Kidman?
She literally
Nicole
she
Kidman.
played an Irish person.
Guess there
Yeah.
could be an Irish mother or something.
Nicole
there.
Kidman is undoubtedly the most famous name on this list, but she also boasts the most diverse ancestry with Irish, Scottish, and English roots, all mixed up with her
That's
dual
one of those.
nationality in Australia and the USA.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
Some Mike Fanning lad. What did he do? Mike Fanning is another man. He's
Dave
pro
Fanning.
surfer. Pro surfer.
Did you say his name is Mike Fanny?
Mike Fanning.
Oh, Fanning. All right, okay.
And then Alan Joyce. Alan Joyce, okay, this is actually a good one, right? So, unlike everyone else listed above, Joyce actually comes directly from the Emerald Isle as he grew up in Tallaght, Dublin, and educated at DIT and Trinity College before embarking on a career with Aer Lingus.
Oh.
This career eventually led him to Qantas and a move to Australia in 2000. Joyce is now the CEO of Qantas.
Get out.
Good for
Get
him.
out. There you go. Now.
Go on, Joycey.
play.
Go on,
And
Joycey.
then, go on, Joycey. Okay.
He left Tala for that?
Yeah, there you go.
California.
Now, if we scroll back through our many, many messages. When was it that I told you about your man?
Oh, it was earlier on this morning. Yeah.
Oh, it was this morning, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was first thing this morning, I think.
Yeah, literally the second message after the voice
Mm.
note.
I've gone too far back then.
Uh,
Yeah, that's that
It
one.
was definitely a picture.
Yeah, did I send a picture?
will I fill it with a
Oh,
nice-
here we go, yeah.
Oh, okay,
no,
there
I've got it. So, this fella now is Tristan McManus.
Wait, Tristan.
So, he presents the morning show
Is Tristan his real name?
in Australia. Yeah, so he's from Bray.
Yeah, Tristan's a fairly...
And Network,
common name in
Network,
Ireland.
Network
Yeah.
10's morning show.
That was like
I was
the
actually
stage
scrolling
name.
down through TikTok,
Hmm.
and they were interviewing someone about something. And then he
As
started
they do.
talking. I'm thinking, oh, he sounds very Irish.
Right, yeah.
And then when I searched him, he was from Bray. Like,
All right.
there you go.
play.
So he's
Good for him.
he's a bit famous out
It's
there.
good to have
in
Irish
Australia.
lads coming up there.
Yeah,
Um,
and then also what I found, I don't know if you've found this, but there's an Irish-Australian flag.
Oh, I did not find that.
I did not know that.
No. So it's a green backing with a couple of little stars, and then a harp with a busty lady in the front of it.
Oh, yes. This is a didgeridoo.
Can you play it?
Is that an actual
Yeah.
real didgeridoo?
That's
right
an
there?
actual
Watch
real
the mug.
didgeridoo. I'm watching it. I don't know how this will sound in the podcast, but we'll see. I'll lick my lips.
Live. Sounds like a Saturday morning.
Yeah, go on again. Have to get the mic down there. It's cool, yoke, isn't it?
And tell us the story of this thing now. Where'd you get that?
I got this in Dublin.
All right.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
Paper, scissors, shoot. Mother.
Paper, scissors,
First
cuts,
time.
paper.
That's the first time in a while it hasn't been a Rego.
Yes.
Well done. Okay,
Thank
you
you.
shooting first or second?
I'll go first.
We figured out that our memory cards are rubber duck, then.
Oh,
Yeah.
are they? Are they
Well,
gone?
John's is
Well,
anyway.
mine says, or this one says it's full, but you emptied it.
Hmm.
So it's, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, we see what we can do later.
Oh, well. Right.
Okay, so who's going first?
John Boy.
Okay.
Bye, John Boy.
First question, John. Which constellation is depicted on the Australian flag?
Constellation.
Constellation.
Orion's belt.
Question number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to you, sorry.
Yeah.
So your first question, right? What 2 animals are featured on the Australian coat of arms?
Ooh. A wallaby and a koala? Or a wallaby and a... wallaby and a koala, yeah.
No kangaroo.
It's a wallaby.
You sure?
Yeah, wallaby is a kangaroo.
No, it's not.
It is, yeah.
That's it.
It is. A wallaby's a kangaroo.
No, wallaby is different.
Wallaby is an actual different animal.
Yeah.
It's like cow and a horse.
Yeah.
No.
It looks
a cow
similar.
and a horse.
It looks similar but smaller, like wallaby.
Yeah.
it's a kangaroo though.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
A kangaroo is a kangaroo and a
Yeah.
wallaby is a wallaby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
but
cow
wallaby
and a horse.
a
They both
wallaby's
have
a
4
kangaroo.
legs and they have a
No?
head.
That's not a good analogy.
Longer, wide, long face.
All right, can I change it then to kangaroo and
No.
koala?
No.
No, I have to take your first answer.
I get the point.
God damn it.
Okay, John, question number 2 for you.
Stupid.
Yes.
How many Australian states and territories are there?
68.
So confident. You just went straight in.
Okay, Scotty,
Yeah.
the most unique of Australian sports, how many professional Australian rules teams play in the AFL?
23.
Okay.
Oh, you're good at this.
Thanks, man.
You played Knifey Spoony.
That's not a knife.
Okay, John,
That's
Which-
Australian.
which iconic Aussie song starts with "Baby, you are always gonna be the one"?
Kylie Minogue. Baby, you're the one.
Oh my god.
I have,
Okay.
I have a good feeling about that one.
You're awesome.
Scotty,
Yeah, go ahead.
which Australian band won 10 ARIAs in 1997? I presume they're the Australian Grammys or something.
1997 Australian band. Ooh. The Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, I had this band on cassette actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Australian band?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go
it
now.
wasn't feckin' AC/DC, was it?
I
Are they
I
Australian?
can't tell you till the end.
Can you tell me now? I wanna know.
Okay, so that's 3 questions each.
Okay.
Okay, 2 left. We'll scroll down a little bit now and we get other ones. John,
Yes.
what is the name of the true crime drama series that looks at Australia's gangland past?
60 minutes.
Okay, Scotty,
I can feel myself getting stupider. Every week we do this.
which TV show is known for the phrase, "It's nice, it's different, it's unusual"?
Oh,
Come on. Oh, no points. Scott.
I don't know. Neighbours? I don't know. It's nice. It's different.
I really shouldn't be scrolling down because I'm not going to be able to go back to find the answers.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Ridiculous.
so question number 5.
Yeah.
John, in which state is Red Dog set?
Which state of Australia?
Yeah.
Trying to think of a state.
Didn't know it had states. The state of Canberra.
My lord.
Okay.
My lord.
Not only Americans.
Last question, but we might need a tiebreaker.
Oh, no!
What was the first Australian movie ever made?
Jesus,
sake.
Bertie.
Right, it was something about prison anyway.
Even Australians don't know that.
Shawshank Redemption.
It's not even Australia.
I don't know, it's a prison movie.
Could have gone with like Australia. It's the actual movie.
It's the movie Australia.
Okay, after 5 questions, he's got none right.
Oh, no!
Yay!
Is there not a koala on that flag?
No.
What's
it's a
on it?
Kangaroo and an emu.
Oh, an emu. Right,
And you were
okay.
talking about emus all.
Oh, I was.
podcast.
No,
How many is there?
I don't know.
You said it earlier.
20,000.
Oh, no.
Okay, so this is a tiebreaker question, right?
Okay.
Which is the
Oh, wait,
largest?
does we just shout the answer first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Which is the largest Australian city by area?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
That's the same. You can't say the same one. Okay, I'm going to change mine to Sydney.
Canberra.
Sydney.
Yeah!
Damn
No! Fair dinkum. I love it.
Well done, Scotty.
Not sure if I'm going to find the questions I asked you because I scrolled down too much.
God, that was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Who was the band?
Savage Garden.
Oh, right.
Truly, madly, deeply. is that them?
Yeah.
What was
I
Australia's
wanna
first movie? Was it Crocodile Dundee?
Oh God, it was the gangs of something.
Oh, yeah, Crocodile. Yeah, Dundee.
No.
That's
Savage
you
Garden.
in the sea.
You see, there's
knife.
there's loads of questions there, and I was just scrolling down picking random ones, which was a mistake.
We
I
basically got
have.
nothing anyway.
What is the name of the true crime drama series that looks at Australia's gangland past?
Is it called True Crimes?
No, Underbelly.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that was that one.
Don't know if I've heard that one.
And which TV show is known for its phrase, "It's nice, it's different, it's unusual"?
Right, go on.
I've never watched it. I don't know if that's how to say it.
Right.
It's Kat and Kim. So that
Captain Kim.
Kath and Kim.
Oh, Cat and Kim.
Yep.
Never heard of it.
I think I heard of that though. Maybe I had said that right then.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll look it up later on.
Australia, great bunch of lads.
A special mention to Russell Crowe. What a dude. An Australian, nice Australian man.
Yeah.
So he went back to the area where the gladiator was shot there the other day.
Right.
And he was doing loads of like exercisey type stuff and taking pictures.
Like with a sword.
I don't think he had a sword. He was just had these like it looked like weightlifting gloves on, and he was going around doing loads of poses and stuff.
He put up a picture of an Irish gin the other day.
Oh, I heard about that.
He
Yeah.
put up a thingy and said, lovely day for a gin or something.
Yeah, he's also not Australian.
What?
He's not Australian.
Get out.
Crikey.
No, he's
Russell
not.
Crowe.
Yeah,
What's he from? New Zealand?
yeah,
He's not.
he is.
No,
He's a Kiwi.
he's not. No, you're talking out your pooper now.
No, I'm not.
Russell. This is going straight in Google.
He's
Russell Crowe. Now, this is what would happen if Bertie was to play the waffle game every week. We
Husband.
get to see how smart he is.
husband to the murdered wife. Father to the murdered
Russell
son.
Crowe.
That's an Australian accent.
Oh, okay. He's a New Zealand-born Australian actor, so he moved to Australia.
Yeah,
he was
but-
born in New Zealand.
Yeah, but if you ask him, I'm sure he says, "I'm New Zealand." I'm a
Okay,
New
well,
Zealander.
if you were an Irish born and living in the UK, would you call yourself a UK person?
Depends where I. Well, I was born in Belfast. It's not part of the UK, but I grew up in Ireland. I'm Irish. Maybe a little bit different.
Yeah,
Maybe a little different, but
it is
yeah.
different. Yeah.
Does hold on? Does
you identify.
Russell Crowe
What does Russell Crowe identify as? This is probably a really crucial.
he identifies as a boat? Identify. Did you ever see the South Park
yeah.
little tagger? Identify. What does Russell Crowe identify as?
Would you not just put in Russell Crowe's nationality? No.
No. Russell Crowe reveals he's not actually an Australian citizen at all. Oh my God.
Okay, right. We've decided he's Kiwi then.
Right, he's a Kiwi. There you go. That's a common misconception. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just stupid. Did anyone else think he was Australian?
I always thought he was Australian.
Yeah.
No, I knew he was.
He sounds pretty Australian.
I think he lives in Australia.
Does he?
Oh, he
I
does.
have no idea. I just made that up. But I think he does.
I just remember him being on some show and he was saying that he's from New Zealand. Like
That's mad.
that's way.
Absolutely. Thought
Maybe
he
that was Graham
Australian.
Norton.
I think the South Park episode really pushed me towards thinking he was Australian.
Huh.
Don't know why actually, because he liked fighting.
He was Superman's dad.
He's
as well.
angry that he can't get Australian citizenship.
Russell Crowe can't get Australian citizenship. He doesn't have Australian
Are
citizenship.
we going to set up a GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Make Russell Crowe Australian.
Russell Crowe, Australian legend.
He was born in New Zealand. Oh, but he does identify himself as Australian. There you go. Okay, my bombshell this week comes from the theory, which is a lot of them will come from this now over the next little while. The Theory of Everything Else by Dan Schreiber. I don't know if you've ever seen this book. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
I got it as a lovely Christmas present.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's got loads of these cool little facts and stuff. So I'm gonna read out this one here because it's actually about Australia. So no one is quite sure how the Australian accent developed. However, one theory is that due to Australia's vast fly population, Aussies were forced to talk with their teeth gritted. Otherwise, they'd end up with a mouthful of insects.
Jesus.
So that their accent developed because they started talking like this with their teeth together. And so they talk like that because they don't want to get insects in their mouth.
Ugh,
Yeah,
didn't know that.
there you go. Apparently so.
Mad.
Could be all lies, I'm not sure, but it's in a book, so I think that made me believe it a little bit more.
Oh, don't believe everything you read.
Nah, it's in a book, it's fine. Right, Bertie.
I don't have a shell bomb, but I have a story.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
I seen this on TikTok, and I will click into the account that it's on to give it credit or whatever. But it is a Chinese story about a Chinese farmer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he tells it. It's obviously not his story because it's like one of those ancient kind of Chinese things. It's about a Chinese farmer. So I'll see if I can play this, and I
verb
will
type thing.
read it off it. Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Okay. So there's a farmer, right? A Chinese farmer, and he has a son. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they have one horse. One day the horse runs away. Okay.
This is a Zen koan.
It could be.
This is
Yeah.
like
It
a
is.
proverb.
And then everyone in the town comes by and say, that night, and they say, oh, the horse ran away. Oh no, that's terrible news. And then the farmer says, I don't know yet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good news or bad news, we don't know yet. And then the next day, the horse came back with two other horses. He's going too fast. I can't say it. Two other horses. And that night, all the villagers came around and they said, "Oh my God, he got two horses. That's good news." And he goes, "Oh, I don't know if it's good news or bad news yet.
Yeah.
But we just have to wait and see because now we have three horses." Okay. And then the next day, the son is out and he's trying to break the new horses in. Okay. And the son falls off the horse and breaks his back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then all the villagers come around that night and they're like, "Oh my God, your son broke your back. That's bad news, or that's terrible news." And the farmer once again says, "Well, we don't know yet. We don't know whether it's good news or not." Then the next day after that, a constable from the military came around, and they're rounding up all the able men from China to go fight. And they come by and they go, "We're looking for able men." And the farmer says, "Oh, my son can't join. His back is broken."
Mm-hmm.
And then he said that, his back is broken, he can't go to the army. And then everyone from town comes by that night and says, "Oh, good news, your son didn't have to go to the army." So that's good news. And the farmer's like, "Oh, I don't know if it's good news or bad news yet. We just have to wait and see." So I think the moral of it is that you never know the way things work out. So don't be too quick to judge whether it's good news, bad news. You just have to wait and see.
That's deep. That's deep, man.
It's a Taoist story.
What's
and
Taoist?
Taoism is like a form of Buddhism, Chinese Buddhism, like Zen Buddhism.
Right.
So what the thing of that is, what the farmer actually says is maybe. Every time he's asked something about it, it's maybe. And it's not so much about looking at whether things are good or bad, but it's about acceptance. So if something good happens, it's to accept that it's happened, but also not to get too attached to the fact that it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's like, okay, that's happened, and it could all slip away at some stage. So it's about
That's like me. I do
acceptance.
that. I don't
Really?
I don't get excited about things if something's happening. My wife would be like, "Why don't you get excited?" I said, "I don't get excited about it. It's like because that could happen around the corner. You never know the way it's going to go." So I maybe unknowing to myself, I do that.
You're a Zen master.
Maybe.
It's all about acceptance, baby.
Yeah.
Nice shell bomb, Bert.
Yeah,
That's a lovely one.
I just like that off TikTok because it's like, never be too quick to judge. "Oh no, it's terrible. What are we going to do?" But there's always a reason.
It's
for
almost
everything,
like that video I seen where tourists were asking the farmer that was lying next to the donkey, asking what time it was, and he was feeling the balls.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's not get into that.
He had to move to the way to see the clock.
He was moving out of the way to see the clock.
Yeah.
Everybody thought they were telling the time.
Yeah,
by
I must tell
seeing the
Sarah
clock.
that because Sarah wouldn't be awfully defensive coach if she didn't hurt her knee.
That's amazing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
You see?
see things like that.
Maybe.
One quick shell bomb.
Let's do it.
Did you know in Australia, before humans were around, horse-sized ducks existed? That's a true story. They were called mitterungs. They were literally ducks the size of horses.
Okay, so that
50,000 years ago.
that breeds the question, and I think this is the question. In there at the time when I started on this podcast, I had a little on my Instagram. I had a little profile picture, and if it was of me fighting either a duck size, was it 25 or 50
100 duck-sized
duck-sized
horses
or one horse
sized duck.
No, one. One horse-sized duck.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather? So,
Yeah.
what would you rather?
If you Google that, there's a website
It's devoted to it.
devoted to solving that formula.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really cool, really well
I
done.
mean, like 100, they did like overtake it.
I don't know, 100 isn't that
Yeah.
much if you physically look at it
They're
probably
quite small.
fill
They're
this
duck
room.
size.
So if
Yeah.
you got yourself into a 300 movie style canyon
Yeah.
and started fighting them off in 5 in a row,
No.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. So
Or if you had a sword.
Because it wouldn't happen as it happens in like these movies where they all attack like the superhero, whatever, all one at a time.
yeah.
The ducks are just going to go at you like.
The
They're not going to go one duck. Bang,
I'd say
one
the
bang.
duck-sized horse, or no, the horse-sized
horse-sized
duck
duck,
would
yeah.
have some powerful puck. As in, like, he'd puck
gonna
you once
hurl.
with the fucking...
he's got no teeth though, whereas the the duck-sized horses all have teeth.
and back legs that are
and
very
back
powerful.
legs.
If
Yeah.
you had managed to listen through all the last few minutes and got to the very end of this podcast, congratulations. And while you're here, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment to the podcast.
Yeah.
What do we usually say at the end?
Shell balls.
Shell bombs.